Hello, everyone. Hello, good evening. My name is Audrey. Welcome to my live stream. Well, it's been a while. I know I was supposed to be live this past Monday, but it was actually Memorial Day here in the US. So even though I said I was going to be online, I was like, you know what? Let's just take that holiday, take a day off. So thank you for being understanding and yeah, just showing up tonight and maybe even catching the replay. Well, today is the last day where I'm going to be, well, the last live stream of this month. And this whole month, I've been just exploring acrylic gouache. And so if you've missed my previous live streams, please make sure to check them out. I swatch all of my colors. And then I even did a color wheel last week. And so, hi, Linda. Thanks for coming. Yeah, so it's just been really fun. And the reason why I wanted to do acrylic gouache here on live was because I wanted to kind of challenge myself and do something hard and do something that I've been putting off. And for those of you who have been following me for a while, you know that this has been sitting on my shelf or just in my studio somewhere for over 2 years. And I was like, you know what? It is time. It is time. Like, what am I waiting for? So yeah, and I'm happy to report that the paints were still very good quality. So let me just kind of recap sort of what I've been doing. So, these are all the swatches that I did in my previous live streams, and it's been really fun. Just every once in a while, I'll just kind of like look at them and I'm like, oh, ooh, like it just kind of gives me some inspiration, like when I look at different colors. And even today, I was like, okay, what do I paint? And I remember saying something like, oh, maybe I'll try like doing smooth gradients or something, especially because like when they fade out like into such a nice, I know it's not meant to be used like watercolor, but because they're water based, like it just fades out so nicely. So I almost want to try like different various backgrounds tonight, or I might want to do something fun. So I don't know. I'm kind of like torn on what to do tonight. So I don't know. You guys can let me know what you want me to do, or maybe I'll just go with my gut and do something just like different and unique. But anyway, before I get into that, just thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you had a good weekend and just doing well in general. I really can't believe that, 5 months of the year are basically over. And I think it's always a good time, especially at the end of the month, to just kind of check in with yourself and just see how you're doing. For those of you whose school year might be ending, maybe your kids are done with school and you're looking forward to the summer, but then summer also can have its drawbacks too, because sometimes when we don't have like a set schedule, we tend to either get lazy or we tend to just kind of procrastinate on other things. So if you're that type, still make sure to have some kind of schedule just to keep you on top of stuff. For those of us who, don't follow the school calendar, summer might just be just another season. It doesn't really matter, and that's okay too. And then I would also encourage, maybe slash challenge you to just get out more, especially if it's summer where you are. Like, I think it's really important just to go outside, especially when it's really really cool in the mornings. Just go for a short walk. I really appreciate having our dog because he kind of forces me to go outside. So yeah, just spend some time outside. You need that vitamin D. We all do. Okay, so I'm trying to think just for a moment what I want to do. Like, I do like the idea of doing, gradients, because I think that's really important. But I also kind of want to paint something else because, well, let me preface this as to why. So this morning I recorded a tutorial for June, because June is Adopt a Cat month, and I always post something, well, always as in like just the past year or so. But I always try to do something cat themed. And last year I published a video that was like about watercolor blobby cats, and it was really popular, and it's still gaining some, views every now and then. So I thought about doing some more cats for this upcoming month. And so I did record something. And so you can just see, this is just a quick preview. Okay. And so this is just like a bunch of cats just, you know, just with their backs. And yeah, you can just show like different fur, different patterns. So anyway, I'm kind of like on a cat kick. So I thought about, instead of doing that, because I did that with watercolor, doing something cat themed, but with acrylic gouache. So I'm kind of leaning more towards there because you know, I love my cats. And now that I have two, I love them. I love them so much. Okay, so you know what? Let's just do that. I'm just gonna call it. Let's just do that. All right, so let me show you what I'm working with. Oops, sorry, wrong, wrong button. Okay, so I'm working with my Stay Wet palette. So this is a brand new acrylic sheet. I've got some watercolor paper. Always need to make sure you're painting on the right side. And then I have a bunch of colors here, some various colors. I'm really excited to just kind of like mix and, you know, just see what I can make with them. And then I have the coolest cat shirt. Thank you, Linda. I know, thank you. I do have some fun cat shirts and they're all thrifted too. Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of feeling like, yeah, I can do different colors. I definitely want to mix like black and white for the gray cats. You know, this will be like the little pink, the paw pad. Let's see, this ivory white is always a good one, especially because you don't want the white cat to be just white. You know, it's going to have a little bit of shadow and stuff like that. So I also brought this peach color. And then the deep yellow. I didn't quite have an orange, but I thought about maybe using this mixed into this and just, yeah. So I just kind of want to experiment and see how colors mix because I'm really unsure. And this is since I'm still new to acrylic gouache, like I just want to make sure like I kind of know what I'm doing. So I'm going to sketch out my paws first. So I did do a couple of sketches just in my sketchbook. So I'm just going to use that as reference. And then, see, like I have some right there. So I'm just going to do a couple of, let's see, should I do 3? Maybe 3 going this way? Yeah, maybe I'll do 3. Let me zoom in just a touch. Okay. Sorry, I know that's probably like really blurry. Let me just autofocus real quick. Or I mean manual focus real quick. Okay. So that you don't get that, you know, blurry action. So let's see. This is not going to be perfect because I'm not going to measure anything. So I'm just going to eyeball it. Did you guys know that, you know, different, sometimes cats have like different paw like shapes. Did you guys know that? I had no idea. So I'm going to try to show like the different paw shapes. Again, I'm not really just, you know, I'm not going for like perfection here. And I know I'm totally skipping the thumb, the thumb one. Did you guys know that Rocket also has like a double claw on his thumb? It's the strangest thing. It's really strange. Okay. So I'm just trying to look up like the different shapes. Yeah, there's one that's even shaped like almost like a heart. So you know what? I'm going to make this middle one an actual heart. like a wide heart like that. That's so cute. That's going to be so cute. Lately, I've been really like whenever I paint something, I've been painting it like multiple times. And I think that really helps to just, I don't know, it just helps you, like the repetition just kind of helps you like not fear like messing up, you know? And it also helps you like think about the subject like in different ways too. So if you didn't know, next month is Adopt a Cat month. And yeah, it's really like it's just very important to me that yeah, that you adopt a cat rather than just going to a breeder. I know it's so much easier, but you know, regular cats need love too. And especially with Rocket, he was just found in the backyard of a friend. And, you know, he wasn't like specially trained or anything. I actually have no idea what his breed is, but he's been one of the best things in our lives. Okay. Alrighty, so here are my nine little paws. Let me zoom out just a, oop, other way. Zoom out just a bit, and then I will get to painting them. Okay. I wish there was a way that I could just fix the focus issue just like from like a panel here. There must be something, but right now I always have to like go up to like reach for my camera up here. So it's a little annoying, but whatever, I'm not complaining. Okay, let me grab my water cups. Whew. All right, so today I'm gonna use, let's see, I have, oh, not this one. So I have my angular shader. This is a 1/4 inch, so it's really small. I haven't really used this yet. This is a round size 3 brush, so it's pretty small as well. I do want to use a small brush just because these paws are so small. Let's see. I do have a smaller brush. Let me grab, let's see. I don't know where my size 1 is, but here's my size 2. Yeah. You know, like you guys know, like I got these watercolor / acrylic brushes because they are a little stiffer, and like acrylic brushes in general don't retain water as much, whereas watercolor brushes, they definitely do. So I'm hesitant to use this size 2 brush just because it is a watercolor specific brush. But if I do need to get into like the little nooks and crannies of this, then, you know, a smaller brush might be preferred, but we'll see where we go from there. Yeah. Hi, Rena. Thanks for coming. Oh, you're not a fan of cats. You admire mountain lions, though. Wow, those are pretty intense cats. Yeah, they're a little scary, but yeah. I mean, it's okay if you're not a cat fan. You know, these paws can easily be a dog's paw. They just look a little bit different, but yeah, you don't have to be a cat fan. Absolutely not. All right, I'm gonna do, so one of the things that I realized about acrylic gouache, especially because it dries so fast, right? So I'm going to do one color at a time. And I think that that's what I realized, like, you just gotta like take it slow, be very strategic about it. And so I'm gonna do all the paws first, the paw pads, and then I'm going to do just like one cat color at a time. So let me grab this pink. This is a pale pink color. Just do a little glob there. And I'm going to start with my round size 3 brush and just start painting. So here we go. So you know what? I'm just going to turn on some music. You guys enjoy. Do whatever you want to do, and I'll see you in a little bit. Hi, Lynette. Hello, Keith. Thanks so much for joining. Yeah, so glad you guys like it. I'm actually really happy with this too. Oh my gosh. I was definitely thinking about, obviously my cats and just other cats that I've met, throughout my journey. Yeah, but let me just quickly talk about this acrylic gouache. Yeah, I'm very surprised at how quickly it dries. Like even on the Stay Wet palette, I mean, maybe I should have like made more of a glob rather than spreading it out so thinly. But it was kind of hard to mix because I didn't want to mix like too much color. And then so it just ends up kind of spreading out thinly. And then I was kind of running out. I also noticed that I needed to add like some water to my to my mixture. I didn't add enough water, and so it was kind of, yeah, it was getting a little dry. And then I noticed that like I was running out of paint. Like right now I'm mixing this, like peachy sort of color, and I totally ran out of paint, and you can sort of see the streakiness in this paw. So I realized, yeah, you do still need just a little bit of water. So I'm just going to go over this real quick just to smooth out some of that streakiness. I mean, I kind of don't mind it, but at the same time, like the rest of the paws are pretty clean. So I just want to kind of match it. But yes, I noticed that you do need a little bit of water, and I'm just learning a lot about acrylic gouache just by painting this. And I already knew that it was not going to be as opaque, and I was okay with that. But then I forgot, like, why didn't I erase my pencil lines earlier, So then after I painted this one, I was like, oops. And so I went back and then I used my kneaded eraser to kind of get rid of some of that water. The water, get rid of the pencil lines. But yeah, and then I realized that I kind of painted over some of the pink ones, the little pink paws. So I'm going to go back and then kind of just, add a little bit more pink around this so that it looks a little bit bigger. Wow, I seriously can't believe like how fast it dries. Not just on the paper, but also in the palette. I know I said that I would use just one color at a time, but it was really hard because I was trying to think about, wait, which color do I do next? Which design do I do? So yeah, it was pretty hard. I'll admit, like this illustration wise, like artist level wise, this is definitely beginner. But I still had fun, and I still have a lot of paint left. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to spritz it very lightly, just mist it kind of with water. And then I'm going to cover it up in hopes that, tomorrow or the next time I open this, it will still be wet. So we'll see. I mean, when I was using gouache, just regular gouache, the paint was definitely still wet. But we'll see about acrylic gouache. Yeah. I'm really happy with this. So the only other downside to acrylic gouache is that some people mention that you can't really go over it with colored pencil. So I do have my colored pencils here. And the reason why you can't is because acrylic gouache is acrylic. So you can't really put pencil over plastic, which is acrylics, So I was kind of curious about that. But I think what I can do though is I can still kind of like outline though, because that's kind of touching more paper. I'm not really adding detail on top of paint. So I did want to kind of see how that would sort of look. Yeah, like I'm outlining this paw here, and it's going over just well. Yeah, on top of the acrylics, the color pencil definitely feels funny because it's kind of gliding. Yeah, it's kind of gliding or smoothing instead of like really gaining traction. I don't know if that makes any sense. But yeah, but it's a very interesting effect. So I was kind of outlining with my brush, but it was hard to get precision because my paint was kind of globbed onto the brush. So with the color pencil, it's a lot easier. I just wanted to outline some of these that have very light colors so that they don't get lost. Yay! I do kind of want to see how I can fill it in. Yeah, so it is kind of hard to add details with the color pencil on top, which, you know, I assumed would happen. Yeah, because you're basically just digging into acrylic, into plastic, and that's going to be basically impossible. But here they are. Ah, these are so cute. So again, this is in honor of obviously my own cats, Rocket and Charcoal. Charcoal's a dog, Rocket and Aslan. So Rocket is actually this one. So he's actually just all white, but I decided to add just a little bit of gray in there. But Rocket actually has like multi-colored paws. So he has, yeah, some of them are gray, some of them are like bi-colored. And then this is obviously Aslan. I know he doesn't really have white stripes, but again, I just wanted to add just a little bit of detail. Yeah. So again, this is in honor of my two cats, but then also, you know, June, which is Adopt a Cat Month. So just bringing awareness to that. You know, if you have ever thought about getting a cat, I hope you do. And I hope you will consider adopting. And yeah, just go to your local shelter. And, you know, I hope you have that kind of like fuzzy feeling when you know, like hold a cat, like, oh man, there's nothing better than that. So here it is. I'm just going to hold this for my screenshot. Or maybe I'll hold it on this side. Yeah. Yeah, I really like how the acrylic gouache looks. Like it's very, like I'm just kind of like looking at it on the surface and really, really, I don't know. Yeah, just really looking closely at it. And I love that it's matte because acrylic paint kind of is a little bit more shiny. You know, like it looks a little bit more glossy, at least to me. But this is definitely matte, just like regular gouache would be. But the colors are still so like so vibrant, so opaque. Yeah, even when I watered it down a little bit, you know, just so I can get a smooth application, the colors are still like just so vibrant. Yeah. Oh, wow. I'm really happy. Ah. So thank you again so much for joining. You guys are the best. Do you guys know that this is a new way to make a heart now? In June, I'm going to be live mostly on Mondays again. So I think just moving forward, Mondays are just the best because I usually block Mondays to even, you know, teach at my libraries or teach online. So it just kind of works out. So please follow me and join me next Monday, June 3rd. Yeah. June 3rd? Yeah. Oh my gosh, June already. Yes. So please join me then. And I don't know what I'm going to paint next month, but I know it's going to be a fun one. And I really appreciate all of you being here for my journey. I hope you are also growing in your creative journeys. I can't wait to hear about it. Please comment and let me know. Please subscribe and like this video if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.